Ooh, ooh, ooh. WDBFradio.com. WDBFradio.com.
Live from Clearwater, it's Sports Talk with T, with your host, Teresa Fitzgerald. I'm Stephen K, and this is Sports Talk with T. Hey, T.
Hi, Steve. How we doing today?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Well, the football season is upon us, isn't it?
It's great.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's week 2.
It's already filled with ups and downs. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's that time. We'll talk about what happened in week 2.
Yes.
Unbelievable amount of injuries. Unreal, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Let's
It's
peel
going to
that
be the
off.
season of the backup
Now,
quarterback.
what do we got? All right, last week. Well, let's start with the Bucks. You talk about cardiac kids.
All right.
Yeah.
And in full disclosure, I did not watch this whole game because I just couldn't handle Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. And those aren't familiar on Monday Night Football. Sometimes they'll have Peyton and Eli on ESPN2 breaking down the game.
Right.
Having speakers, come in and talk about what's going on. They did not have that on this past week, and I think it was because there was a double header. They had a 7 o'clock game and a 10 o'clock game on ESPN.
Right.
So I didn't have Manning cast, and someone had texted me, I can't handle Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. And I text them back saying, I can't either. I turned Jeopardy on because I just couldn't handle them.
Well, you turn the volume down, you know what I mean? And you can put the radio on or,
exactly.
whatever.
So.
But you talk about cardiac kids. It was back and forth, and it came down to the last minute.
Yeah, I know. Yep, Baker Mayfield led an 11-play, 80-yard drive in the final minutes with Rashad White running 2 yards in for the touchdown with 6 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they gave Bucky Irving the credit for that, and then they had to come back and change it. Because he snuck in there.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield completed 25 of 38 passes for 215 yards and 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. C.J. Stroud had 13 of 24 attempts for 202 yards and a touchdown. I mean, it was a back and forth game, definitely.
It was. And it was one that got your stomach upset because once you thought you were in the clear a little bit, then, of course, something bad would happen. A lot of injuries. The front line on the offensive line for the Buccaneers, seriously wounded.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were getting to Mayfield like you couldn't believe. And
At
for a
one
while
point-
there, he was the only one getting yards.
Yeah, and at one point too, I thought he was a little bit injured because he was wincing on the ground.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he hobbled off.
Well, the one time he took off running,
Yeah.
and he got tripped up. And when he hit the ground with his knee. You could see the divot in the grass come out of the ground from his knee hitting.
Yeah.
And so he got up a little gingerly after that one.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you want to hear what the boss said?
Let's hear what Todd Bowles has
If
got
I
to
can
say.
see which one it is. There it is.
Right there.
There you go.
There you go.
We got to get a smaller studio, looking all the way across the room here. It's like, or binoculars.
Binoculars.
Feels good to get a win anytime. Prime time, early time, late time, no time. Feels good to get a win. So it's week 2. Everybody's trying to find their footing. While we find our footing, it's good to win while we do that.
In these 2-minute close games, we were not on the right side of things for the past couple of years. And it's good to see that we haven't even played close to our best ball in all 3 phases, and we're still finding ways to win on the road. And that's really important, is to not lose sight of that. We're finding ways to win, but also we do need to get things fixed. Some of these games can make it easier on ourselves and try and put teams away earlier, but this is a good team that we played, so we expected a hard-fought battle, but it's nice to be on the right side of it.
And I'll tell you what, Atlanta Falcons look really good this year.
Yeah, they do.
And they're young. They're very young, flying around the ball. And
had their kicker made
Yeah. Well, it was the night of doinks.
Yes, it was.
You know what?
Yes.
There was a doink on our side,
Yeah.
and there was a doink on their side.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Their
watch
kicker,
it.
they released their
And
kicker.
they did.
Yep,
Oh, well.
that's how it goes.
It's a lonely life being a kicker.
It's a cutthroat life being a kicker.
Yeah.
And also on the injury side, it was announced that defensive tackle Kalisha Cansey tore his pec muscle on Monday evening. He had surgery Friday. He is done for the season.
Huh.
Yeah, so injuries are hampering. Imaga Ukabuku is questionable for today.
Yep.
So I'm not sure if he's even going to
He
be
got
playing.
groin injury and a
Yeah.
leg injury.
Yeah.
Mostly it's bruising, but he got pretty beat up the other night. He was the go-to guy and scored 2 touchdowns. Today it looks like he's going to play. They
Yeah.
got him. I saw him before the game, and they were wrapping him up pretty good. So it looks like he's going to play.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
He'll probably be limited. He won't be.
But can you imagine now? Look across the whole board in NFL teams. We're only a week 2, and look at these injuries.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So I got some tidbits here for you, Steve. Today the Bucks have their home opener against the Jets. The Jets are without their starting quarterback Justin Fields, who's in concussion protocol. They're going to go with Tyrod Taylor. Adam Schefter tweeted this out a little bit ago, and I think this is really interesting. 7 years ago, in Week 3, Baker Mayfield replaced Tyrod Taylor at the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback. Oh no, it gets better.
Yeah.
The change came in a Thursday night game against the Jets, who were coached by Todd Bowles at the time.
Whoa.
So now, 7 years later, in Week 3, Mayfield and Bowles will face Taylor, Tyrod, and the Jets. How's that for irony?
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Adam Schefter, for that little tidbit of information.
Well, this will be their first home game of
Yep,
the season.
of the season, yeah.
today.
Yeah. So-
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So the injury bug for quarterbacks has definitely hit the NFL in Week 2.
Oh,
QB Jaden Daniels, he suffered a knee injury. He is out for today. Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals, he suffered toe turf. He had surgery last week. He's
Yep.
out for a minimum of 3 months.
yeah.
JJ McCarthy of the Vikings, he's got an ankle injury. He's sidelined today. Justin Fields, we just talked about for the Jets, he's in concussion protocol. And Brock Purdy from San Francisco, he also has a toe injury.
And he's definitely not playing.
He's not
today.
playing. He didn't play last week either.
Right.
Yeah. So again, San Francisco's getting hit with the injury bug too, big time.
Only in week 2, and this I can't remember this many injuries in
Yeah, me
week
neither.
2.
Yeah, me neither.
It shows you a lot to me, a lot about conditioning.
Yeah.
And some of these injuries, there's 2 toe injuries.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't you put some shoes on or something? I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Steel toes. I was thinking
don't-
about the other day. I wonder if you're allowed to wear steel toes. I don't think so.
Probably not.
No,
I
because
wouldn't think so.
if you kick somebody, you kill
Oops,
them.
that'd be weird. All right. So Miami actually had 2 games this week. They had Sunday against New England. Patriots quarterback Drake May threw for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he also added in a rushing touchdown. Running backs Rahamad Stevens led the Patriots with 54 rushing yards on 11 carries and 88 receiving yards on 5 catches. Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa threw for 315 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The Dolphins ended up losing 33-27. So it was a little bit closer than week 1. I think the Dolphins got some tweaking to do. They definitely looked better.
Well, how about show up for practice? That's a good thing. That's the problem that they're having with Mike McDaniels down there, and he's on the verge of losing his job, is because he doesn't force the players. He wants to be their friend. And he
can't do that.
He can't
It's
do
a
that.
business, folks.
And a lot of the players, they're not showing up for practice.
No.
And how can you put together, especially the caliber of team that the Dolphins have been with Tua over the last few years.
Right.
And this is probably their last year to even try to pull something else to hold that team together.
Yeah,
So-
they better do something quick. Now, Thursday night, they went up to Buffalo, and I thought they played better in Buffalo. I thought this was just going to be a blowout. I
Yeah,
really did.
I did too.
Yeah. Josh Allen threw for 3 touchdowns. Thank you, Josh. He got me 23 points in fantasy.
There you go.
Yeah. He was 22 of 28 passes for 213 yards. James Cook, their running back, he ran for 108 yards and a touchdown and 19 carries. Tua was 23 for 35 for 161 yards with a touchdown and an interception. Now, there was a roughing the passer penalty against the Dolphins late in the fourth quarter, which helped the Bills win. And up next for the Dolphins is Monday Night Football against the Jets.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so they're off this, obviously they just played Thursday, so they'll have a couple of days off.
But I just wanted to mention in that first game in the week one, which is actually the same week, when they played Indianapolis, they took Tua out of the game and put Zach Wilson in. Zach Wilson was the former quarterback for the Jets
yeah.
that had all kinds of problems up
Yeah.
there. And and I looked and I saw Zach Wilson replacing Tua Tagliabue. I said, there's something wrong here.
We've seen it all now,
Yeah,
right?
I've seen it all.
So-
Yeah, and actually he didn't play too bad.
No, he didn't.
So,
All right, and the Jacksonville Jaguars were up in Cincinnati. Obviously, Joe Burrow went out, and Jake Browning came in relief of Joe Burrow. He threw for 241 yards, and he also scored the go-ahead touchdown on a 1-yard sneak with 18 seconds remaining, as Cincy went ahead and beat Jacksonville 31-27. Trevor Lawrence went 24 for 42 for 271 yards with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Today, Jacksonville is hosting the Houston Texans.
all right.
Oh, so got some good football coming up this week too.
That's right. And speaking of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're playing real good ball.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and they finally, it looks like they got the cohesion and the team around them. If they keep on going the way they are.
Right. Then now they just got to turn those. Now they got to turn what they're doing into W's.
That's right.
I mean, losing a close game,
Yep.
that's your defense. Your defense got to step up.
Well, they're 1-1, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's early in the season. The way the NFL is going this year, how many teams are left undefeated after week 2? I think there's 5 or 10. Is there 10?
I don't know.
I think there's 10.
Okay.
I don't know why I heard that number, but it's down to that. Out of 32 teams, now we're down to 10 that are undefeated in week
that goes
2.
quick, yeah.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
So it's going to be, you're not going to have to have an undefeated year to be in the championship hunt this year in the NFL. You could be I would say, a 60, 70% team and probably make it to the playoffs, depending on what division you're in. Now, if you're in the East Division on the NFC side, that's a tough division,
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see how that shakes out.
And as of note, the Chargers and the Packers are the only teams that have yet to give up a first half touchdown this season. Packers are just rolling.
I don't know why I'm not hearing you that
Oh,
good.
okay. Should I get a little closer here?
I don't know,
Okay.
but we'll see.
Yeah.
Might be just a plug or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Well, that's kind of a rough draft of what happened last week.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what are we looking forward to this week?
Well, like
see.
we said, the Bucks are hosting the Jets at 1 o'clock
Right?
at Raymond James.
And let me tell you, I hope this is not the game that the Jets come out and smell good in. There's a lot of injuries on the Bucs side.
And on the Jets
And
side,
the
too.
Jets are all excited. So, this is one of this could be a trap.
It could be you're right, exactly. It could be a trap.
You got to watch out for that.
Yeah.
And don't make any. Last week, the Bucs were they had 3 back-to-back personal foul 15-yard penalties for roughing the passer.
Yeah, that's got to stop.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. 3 back-to-back.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, oh man, shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to pull up today's.
Lineup?
Yep.
Are you on the score?
I'm just looking for there you go. Today's lineup, of course, the Jets and the Buccaneers. Indianapolis Colts and the Titans. I can't get too excited about that. Indianapolis should clean them. Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. Now that's going to be a good matchup.
That should be a good matchup, yeah.
Yeah, because the Patriots are playing really good ball.
Yeah, they have been, yeah.
And the Steelers with
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers is, even though he's pushing 40 years old and stuff, he doesn't move quite as fast as
No.
he used to. But boy, the accuracy is still
Oh, yeah,
there.
he can still throw the football.
Oh my Lord,
Yeah.
that's fun to watch though. You just see talent like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And
The Raiders are at the Washington Commanders. Obviously, Commanders are without Jaden Daniels.
Commanders are damaged. I watched the Raiders game the other night. The Raiders got some problems.
Yeah, they got some issues.
They got some real problems.
This should be a good game, the 1:00 game. LA Rams at Philly Eagles, and they're both 2-0. Mm-hmm.
Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers. Atlanta Falcons should just, I think, kill them.
Take
You
care
know,
of
the
them.
way the Atlanta Falcons are playing. I think in our division, that's the team that we're going to have to buck up against.
I mean, a
this
lot
year.
of people in the preseason had picked Atlanta to win the NFC South.
Yep.
So
They're stacked, and they've got a young team, and those guys fly around the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It was impressive.
yeah. Cincinnati is at Minnesota, so now you're in the tail of both sides got backup quarterbacks.
That's right.
Cincinnati's got Jake Browning as their quarterback,
Yep.
and
Jake Browning, very capable quarterback.
Yeah.
He came in last week and did pretty good. So, we'll.
Minnesota's got Carson Wentz. as their-
Carson Wentz, former quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy cow, the brain's clicking today.
Yes. All right. Doing good, folks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a kind of an inside joke, but anyway, not too funny, but anyway.
Houston's at Jacksonville for 1:00. There's a lot of 1:00 games today. And Green Bay's at Cleveland.
Green Bay is playing phenomenal. If there's a team that I would say is a good prospect to be in the Super Bowl right there.
And then they signed
They're
Micah
young.
Parsons. I mean, come on.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're young. They're strong. They've got their position. They're pretty much complete team. So, and we'll see how
And
they
they're
go.
playing like a complete team.
That's right.
And that's the important part.
That's right.
You got Denver going to LA Chargers for a 4:00 tilt. New Orleans is at Seattle.
Now, this could be for their division, they think, but
Yeah.
out there, because LA Chargers, they've been playing really good ball.
Yeah, they have.
Jim Harbaugh doing a great job out there.
Yeah, yeah. That should be a good game to watch.
Yeah.
New Orleans is at Seattle, and then Arizona is at San Francisco.
I kind of see Seattle kind of winning that. Seattle's playing pretty good
Yeah,
ball.
they're playing good too.
New Orleans is still got some issues. Still arguing about who's going to play quarterback, but it looks like the Rattler is doing pretty good out there. It looks
Yes.
like he might have the job.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Dallas is at Chicago Bears.
Yeah, that's a real toss-up on that one because the Bears are playing pretty good ball.
Right.
And Dallas
Dallas.
Dallas is Dallas, Dallas is Dallas. They got all the money and all the talent in the world and still can't seem to win.
No, exactly. So we'll see how it shakes out. And then your Sunday night football is Kansas City and the Giants, which that ought to be a decent game. Now, Giants, they're definitely struggling. Kansas City is struggling too. Kansas City is 0-2 right now.
Yeah, Kansas City is 0-2, and they look bad.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they're counting on
Mahomes
to bail him out of the thing and make his gadget plays and crazy stuff going on. You can only do that for so long before you're going to get him killed.
Yeah, exactly.
And or injured badly.
And last week too, against the Eagles, I mean, Kelsey dropped us.
He dropped
One.
one that could have changed the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would have been a game changer.
Yep.
Thank you for
Yep.
finishing my statement there.
Yep.
So, I mean, they're just having a rough season. I mean, I think it gets to the point where Kansas City has been in the Super Bowl, five times now?
Yep.
They've won 3 of them. I mean, it's almost like New England at this point.
Right.
You're getting Kansas City fatigue. So every other fan base is ecstatic
Right.
that they're losing.
Right.
And the way they're losing,
And
too.
it's kind of the same as the way the Patriots were winning every year. And so
Correct.
but
Yeah.
people got sick of it.
Exactly.
It's the same deal.
It is.
You know, it's
This
the
is
same
what
deal.
happens. Yeah, you get fatigued. You know, you want different.
It's the same way car racing or boat racing or anything. You're tired of seeing the same people win.
Exactly. Yeah. You want. There need to be parity.
Although I wasn't tired of seeing Max Verstappen win this morning. But anyway, we'll get to that in a
We'll
little
get to that
while.
in a little while. And then your Monday night tilt. This should be a good doozy, Steve.
Yep.
Detroit at Baltimore.
Ooh, that'll be a good one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that'll be a hard hitter.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a real. Both of those teams very physical. Detroit, it looks like they're fine. They've got their act together. The first couple games of the season.
Yeah.
They weren't looking like the Detroit they were
No,
last
they
year.
won last week though.
Yep. Yeah. You could see they're starting to turn it around.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. Yeah.
And hopefully the injury bug doesn't come along on them.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
it's past our commercial break.
Oh wow, we ran over time.
We ran over a little bit.
Okay, that's all right.
But we'll be back and we'll talk some college.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, you talk about something crazy. Let's talk with T, aren't we, T?
Yes, we
We're
are.
having a blast. All right. Let's head on over to college. I'm still working on a theme song for the college, but we'll get there after college is over, probably.
What about the CBS theme song?
I'll check it out. Yeah. You got to
I
have
mean,
a rah, 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 something, you know what I mean?
They've been around for 50 years, so I mean,
Yeah. We'll come up with something.
we'll come up with something.
Yeah.
So.
All
All
right.
right. Shall we start with our Florida teams?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to just make a little comment before. I'm very disappointed in this year's college games. I think the matchups are just terrible. You know?
Well, they always are terrible now.
Yeah, but
Until they start
they're in
getting-
week 3 or 4. I can't even keep track.
They're in
3
week 4.
Yeah, week 4.
Because
yeah.
they're 1 week ahead of the NFL.
Right. Plus that week 0 that they had. You know, don't even count that. But anyway, but they counted on your overall year.
Yeah, exactly.
But when I look and I see a team like Florida State going up against another team, and they're favored by 44 points. What? That is just not. I won't even watch that game. You know, that's just what I'm saying. I think the matchups are terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the schools doing that.
Yeah, that's
Now,
right.
some of the schools are not backing away. Miami got a stacked schedule.
Yeah,
Florida, stacked schedule.
right.
So some of these teams are trying to, get stacked schedules
Right.
to prove that they can be in the BCS and
That's right.
in
But
college football
they got to go
championship.
play somebody instead of just having wins.
Right.
They've actually played somebody.
Unfortunately, the problem with the BCS is that even though you play, like Florida State played Kent State, for example,
That was a joke.
total joke,
Yeah, 63 to 3 or something like that.
66-10.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So, and I don't think Kent State might even be a Division II. They may not even be a Division
I
I.
think you're right.
So that's, but that's why these teams, they want to get the little cupcake. I call them cupcake teams. Get the win. I mean, that's to them. That's you could have benched your starters in the first quarter and been all right.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, I guess it has an effect of giving some of your third string players a chance to play.
Right.
I guess it does that. You know what I mean? But I don't. As far as a fan goes, that's not something I want to watch. Now, what else? You got anything more to say about the state of Florida?
Oh, I got lots of scores here for you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we'll start. I'm going to start at the top of my list
Okay.
because I just do my list here.
Go for it.
USF hosted South Carolina State. They obviously needed a win, and they're another team that got a win, 63-14. Next up, they are on a bye next week, so they have a week off, and
Right.
then on the 3rd, it's a Friday night game. They host Charlotte. Now, I don't know if that's in their division or not. I'd have to go look. I'm not really. They're in the AAC, which is American Athletic
Conference.
Conference.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that conference. conference. So I don't know if Charlotte's actually in their conference or not.
Right.
So,
Well, and especially the last couple of years, they've switched everything around.
Yeah.
It takes you half the season to figure out
Yep.
who's what.
right, exactly. So they have a bye, so they get the week off. UCF hosted Bill Belichick in North Carolina.
Killed them.
34-9. Up next, UCF is headed next Saturday to Kansas State. We talked about FSU and Kent State. On Friday night, FSU was going up to Virginia to play. Now that is in their conference, so that's a conference game. And of course, Miami hosted Gators last night. I didn't think the Gators were going to win, but I'm going to tell you right now, they held Miami to 13 points in the first half.
Well, going into that game, I kind of had to cringe-worthy because of the game they had the week before. And I was like, going up against University of Miami right now is at the top of the game.
Yeah.
And I was really, I expected to see a blowout.
I did too. You and I were texting.
Yeah, we were going back and forth, and I was like, when is this going to happen?
Right.
You know,
but Florida's got a fairly good defense. And
they got a real good defense.
And they proved it last night. They kept Miami to 13 points.
They
in the
were
first half.
tied in the halftime.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, wow.
No, they weren't. They were never tied.
They weren't.
No.
Oh.
At the halftime, it was 13-0
I'm
for
thinking of
Miami.
another game.
You're thinking of the
Yeah.
game, yeah. Now, you hold Miami to 13 points in the first half. I think that's a win for Florida. I mean, they had a really rough time on offense, though. They couldn't even get a first down. I mean, it was 3 and outs left, right, and center. I think they should have pulled DJ Langway, but that's my personal opinion. Now, the second half, Florida gets on the board, and it's 13-7 game, so they came within one score, but then Miami's defense just shut them down, and they only scored another 13 points, so it was only 26-7. I think that for Florida's a win.
Yep.
I got to be honest. In Miami, too.
Yep. At that level.
Yes.
Yep. Especially because Miami is playing at the top level.
And it was a revenge game for Carson Beck. Carson Beck came from Georgia last year, and Florida actually he got injured in that game, so he ended up coming out. So he never even got to finish playing the season for Georgia last year, so then he transferred. So it was almost like, all right, he wanted to prove, like, you know what, I can stay in the game
Right.
full time. Because he had dislocated his shoulder in that game against Florida last year.
Yeah, I was looking around for close games to watch yesterday.
I don't think there
And
were
I
any.
the closest, Clemson and Syracuse, that looked like that was going to be a good game, and it stayed within a touchdown or 10 points for the whole game until the end. But it was really a real sad thing with
Clemson's
the
had-
quarterback for Syracuse. He had transferred from Notre Dame, and his name was Antelli. He had transferred over, and while he was running on a keeper,
Yeah.
he just went down, and it was Achilles tendon,
Oh, wow.
and so he could be finished.
Yeah.
That was so sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, but carry on.
Yeah, Clemson came in highly touted this season.
Yep.
Very highly. Like,
They're not-
like they're going to be in the top 10.
They haven't won a game yet.
No, they're 1-2.
They-
They won a game.
They won one.
Yeah, the first one.
Okay, that's not that I remember. They haven't won.
Yeah, they're
any.
1-2. So, yeah. But it's not getting any easier for Clemson.
Yep.
I mean, they lost to Tennessee last week, so I mean,
Yep.
but they're in the ACC, so this is what
Who'd
you
they
think.
play in week one?
You want me to remember that?
No. Yep.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, it's no big deal. Yeah, I remember them. They're having close games, but losing all of them.
Yeah, for Clemson to be losing him,
Yep.
the
Everybody in South Carolina is pretty upset about it, but
should be.
Yeah, it should be. And in South Carolina, the Gamecocks, they've been playing pretty good ball.
Yeah, they have been.
And so,
Yeah.
one of the South Carolina teams is at least doing okay.
Yeah. I find it interesting that Florida State never played last week, and they went from number 10 to number 7 in the AP poll. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, the way those polls are carried on is kind of mysterious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clemson played Troy in the first week
yeah.
and beat them 27.
Oh, that's right. Yep,
And at the time, they were 8th ranked. They are no longer ranked.
yep, yep.
Yeah, so. All right, so your top 10 in college, Ohio State had a bye week. Your number 1 seed, your number 2, Penn State, they also had a bye week. Your number 3 seed, LSU. They beat Southeast Louisiana 56-10. Up next for them is at Mississippi. Miami's the 4 seed. We already talked about them. They beat Florida. They have a bye week, and then they go up to FSU. Georgia, their 5 seed. They had a bye week this week. Next week for Georgia is at Alabama. See how that goes. Alabama is not Alabama this year.
Alabama, that should be a pretty even game.
Yeah, that should
Because,
yeah.
you know what I mean, the way
Yeah.
they're both playing, they're
Correct.
about the same level.
Yeah. So Georgia, your 6th seed. No, Georgia's your 5th. Excuse me. Oregon, your 6th seed. They beat up on Oregon State 41-7. They are at Penn State next week. That should be a good game, Oregon and Penn State.
Yep.
That'll be
Well,
something to look at.
Oregon, and I was watching some of the touts and a little bit about Oregon. They're not near the team they were last year.
Mm-hmm. No.
They're about half the
But
team
I think
they
a
were
lot of
last
them
year.
because you have so many players leaving for the NFL.
Right.
And then that's just
Well,
the
that's
thing
right.
about
There's a
college football.
turnover basically every 4 years
Yeah.
and
Right.
you know. So
So your 8th seed, Texas beat up on SHU, and I'm sorry, but I don't know who SHU is, but they won 55-0 there. They're on a bye week next week, and then they go down to Gainesville. Now, Arch Manning is still struggling. He really is. And
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of the offense or if it's just because of him.
yeah.
So it could be a combination of, the plays that they're calling. So they're going to work something out. I mean, he's still highly touted as he's going to be.
He doesn't seem to be bothered by it, though.
No, he doesn't.
He has a real even keel to him.
Yeah, and as
So-
he should, because you grew up with your uncles, Peyton
right.
and Eli.
And
so-
you got them both telling you all the time, just relax.
Exactly,
you know.
just relax.
Yeah.
All right, your number 9 seed, Illinois. They actually lost to Indiana 63-10, so they're going to drop out of the top 10. And then your 10th seed, Texas A&M. They're on a bye this week, and next week they are hosting Auburn.
It's kind of funny having that all these teams have these bye weeks, like Florida State.
Like week 2,
what,
3
in
week.
week 2, you know what I mean?
Now you're week 4.
Yeah, I guess somebody's got to take it to
I
make
guess.
it all come out
Now-
right.
Yeah,
you know?
to all shake out at the end.
But yeah, it's
Yeah, so there
just,
should be
that's a
some good
bad
games
time to
next
take it. I'd rather have it in the middle or the end.
So I watched that Michigan-Nebraska game. That was a close game. Michigan ended up winning 30-27. I just thought it was interesting because
Michigan State,
no,
Oh,
Michigan.
okay.
Yeah,
the Wolverines.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. JJ McCarthy.
Yep.
Yeah. Nebraska is coached by Matt Rule, who was in the NFL for Carolina for 1 season, maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been in college for years. They go down the field on their first possession, Steve. I don't know if you saw any of this game. It was a 3:30 game on CBS yesterday. They're at the 2-yard line, and it's fourth and goal. Instead of getting the 3 points, they try to go for the touchdown.
Yep.
And guess what? They turn it over on downs. You got nothing.
Yep.
And then, of course, Michigan goes down and scores. I mean, I don't know. I think in the first quarter, you got to get points on the board.
That's right.
You can't just come back with nothing after you just went down the field 80 yards.
That's right.
I mean, I thought that was a bad coaching decision, personally.
And there seems to be like a trend in all of football
Yeah.
this year for everybody to go for it on 4th down.
Right,
You know, I mean, 4th and 5.
right.
Now, I could see if it's 4th and 1
Or 4th
it's a
and
close
inches.
game, and you're down the field a little bit in
Yeah.
case you have to give it up on downs that you're not killing yourself in field position.
Right.
And but no, these guys are going for it 4th and 5, 4th and 3.
Yeah, it's
And I'm like,
crazy.
Yep. Well, just shows you how much guts that they have, and most of the time it comes out okay.
Yeah,
But if it doesn't, you're giving the ball over to a guy in good field position.
exactly.
Man,
I mean, luckily with the Nebraska-Michigan game, it wasn't good field position because they were already down at the other end zone. So
That's right.
But they still went down 90 yards to score. I mean, I don't know how long it took, but they
Right.
still did it. So, your defense wasn't as good as you thought it was going to be.
That's right.
I mean, I always think you take points on the board. You put them up there. Same thing with the extra point.
And it's also ball control. You want the ball.
Right.
You know, you want to give your defense the rest. you don't want to keep your defense out there. If you get them tired long enough,
Yeah.
the other team's going to score like crazy on you.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you can't be giving them those opportunities, and
That's right.
they know how to. Are we going to the racing first, or are you going to do baseball?
We'll go over to the car racing first.
Okay.
No, there's not very much of it. It was just the NASCAR guys are in Loudon, New Hampshire this afternoon. The Xfinity have the week off until next weekend. They start their warm up for the championship, and the Formula One guys were in Azerbaijan. God, I try to say Azerbaijan. Right?
Abracadabra.
Buka, Azerbaijan's where they were.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
And if you follow F1, it just says we're at the Buka.
At the Buka, yeah.
That's what they said at the
That's what they, yeah, and everybody's supposed to know where that is.
I
It's
guess.
north of Iran.
Yeah.
So, all right, it's quite a ways.
Yes, it is.
But anyway, here's
And
the
they
Formula
started at
One.
what, 8:30 or 9 o'clock this morning?
They start at 7.
It started at 7 our time. Yeah,
Yeah.
Eastern Standard Time.
7 our time. That's how far away they are.
Yeah.
I think 8 hours difference.
I think so,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Anyway, here's what the last lap of Formula One.
And Max Verstappen was on the pole.
Yep, he was on the pole. A little bit of drama.
Oh my God, there was a crash on the
Oscar Piastri
yeah.
crashed on the first
First lap, yep,
Didn't
yep.
even make one lap.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
right after
Yeah.
the start. Locked up the brakes. And this place is so narrow. Oh,
Mm.
my Lord. It's a street course, real long straightaway on it. But when they race in between the buildings downtown, it is extremely narrow. Check this out.
Yeah, the usual Friday chat from Red Bull where you almost want to rule them out, but with just a few kilometers left to run, over 51 laps around these Baku city streets, it is Max Verstappen
Here he
once
said Baku.
more who shows his
Baku.
might,
Baku.
who shows his class and rises to the top again.
I was gonna call it
The
Boca.
checkered flag is waiting for Max Verstappen, who wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in style as the Red Bull pit wall celebrate. It's another win for Laurent Mekies' team principal, and what a ride as well for George Russell, unwell all weekend long, takes home second. And how about this? A wry smile from the team principal of Williams. Carlos Sainz takes the final step on the podium in third, and his best result for his new team. And there is no change in this battle behind. Liam Lawson will be fifth behind Kimi Antonelli. Yuki Tsunoda crosses the line in sixth, with Lando Norris in seventh. The two Ferraris, eighth and ninth, with Isaac Hadjar stealing the final points-paying position in 10th place.
Yeah, McLaren could have wrapped up the manufacturer's title today if Piastri hadn't hit the wall.
Yeah.
And so they're still 36 points down there. And Verstappen is closing in on the points thing. I don't think he's going to be able to catch him. But we'll see how that shakes out.
see how it shakes out.
But Verstappen's back in his old shape again, about qualifying on the front, and then when he takes off,
That's
they
it.
come 3 and 4 seconds,
Yeah.
on second place. So
Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
They're off next week, and then on October 5th, on Sunday at 8 a.m., they are in Singapore.
Yep. They're going back to all these tracks that they hit earlier in the season.
Yeah.
And they have 7 races left to go total. So we'll see how that shakes out, and that's all
And they
I've got.
they got 3 in North America, because after Singapore, they come over here for the United States Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas. And then they have the Mexican Grand Prix. Oh, and then we have the Brazilian Grand Prix, and then you have the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
The
And then-
Las Vegas one is getting pretty close to the end.
Yeah, that's the second to last one. That's in November. And
Yep.
then Qatar Grand Prix and Abu Dhabi. So those are the last two.
Right.
Over in
United Arab Emirates.
Right,
Yep.
exactly. So
Yep. Well, that'll be good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk a little Rays baseball. Of course, the
we're going
Rays.
to talk about the good or the bad.
Well, the Rays don't appear. It looked like there was a little bit of hope that they might be able to squeak into a wild card, but now the numbers are just completely off the chain.
Well, after Friday's loss, they were officially eliminated.
That's right. If they would have gone in with the Red Sox and swept them, that would have brought them within 2 games.
Right.
And so, but it didn't happen.
They just don't have the personnel
and,
for it.
And now there's not enough games left to catch up.
Right. It was also announced this week that longtime team presidents Matt Silverman and Brian Auld will step down from their current roles after the sale of the team.
Which is supposed to be this week. I heard September 25th.
28th, actually. They can't sign until after the season finale.
Okay.
The season finale is September 28th. Brian Auld is going to be staying on for in a senior advisory role during the transition, and we're not sure if he's going to stay. Matt Silverman declined a transitionary role, and he's going elsewhere, so he's just leaving the organization.
Really?
Yeah. So, and then Saturday night, the Rays paid tribute to Stu Steinbrenner during the game, even though they lost. And also, as of note, out of 80 games this season over at Steinbrenner, 60 of them were sellouts
Yeah,
at 10,000 people.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's unreal. And that, and I saw the other day, they're already coming up and they're selling tickets for next season at the Trop.
well, yeah, because the roof's almost done. The roof will
Yeah.
be done in December.
Yeah, but
They've
the
already started.
interior, they got to do the roof before they can do the interior.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, everything I've heard from, news.
It'll be done.
It should be
Yeah.
done by opening day. So,
Yeah.
yeah. The Rays are going to finish out their series against Boston this afternoon, and then they hit the road for their final 2 series of the season. Their first stop is Baltimore, and then the second top is the AL leading West Toronto Blue Jays.
Yep,
Although they played Toronto really tough this week.
they did.
They really did.
They played them tough, and
Yeah.
it was fun to watch
You're right.
too. And I've been watching all of them. And I'll tell you, this year, we're going to give a little bit of tribute here
Mm-hmm.
to our friends Dwayne Stat and Brian Anderson.
Yeah.
BA. Holy cow! They do the best job to me in announcing in baseball as anybody.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize that Stat had been in the baseball game for 50 years.
Yeah.
And Thursday night, Friday night, was it? Friday night, they had this big
Yep.
celebration for him. And we thought we'd have our celebration here too. We brought it to you what they did. So here you go.
Home series of the season is upon us on Dwayne Stats Night here at the ballpark. It's the Rays welcoming the Red Sox to town. Dwayne and Raymond sharing a moment pregame as it is all about the man on the mic. Our guy Dwayne Stats in the booth celebrating 50 years broadcasting baseball. Kevin Cash and a lot of members of this Rays organization having an opportunity to tell Dwayne how much they've meant to him and congratulate him on this incredible milestone.
Statsy, congrats on 50 years of broadcasting. Pretty remarkable and incredibly impressive.
I'm Dwayne Stats with Larry Durker on hand here in the Astrodome for this final game of the series. Dwayne Stats with you on a festive night at Wrigley Field.
Give me free beer to give me free food. Go Rays! Go Rays!
We're going to sing this song and we're going to sing it loud.
It's pretty crazy, too, because it's been the same play-by-play guys since I was in high school watching. Yeah, so Dwayne and B.A., like, their voices are so recognizable to me. So it's kind of cool hearing them say my name now on the broadcast because I remember them calling all the games for those teams of old, so it's pretty cool.
Dwayne, 50 years in baseball. Would you start when you were 10 years old? Buddy, it's been an honor. I've been fortunate to work with you for half of that time, and it's truly an honor. Congratulations, and cheers to many more, my man. Take care.
Dwayne Stats, my partner. Congratulations, my man, on 50 years in the booth. I've been honored to be a part of 18 seasons in your iconic career. You've never changed. You've always been the best with me. You're one of the best to ever have done it. So proud to have been up there with you this entire time. Congratulations, my man. Well deserved.
And God bless him, man.
All right, he's not retiring or anything for the record.
No, and
They just
I
decided.
was afraid he was
Right.
the way they did all
Right.
that hoopla.
So they
I
just
thought they were going to come out and say, well, God,
This was my farewell tour, but it
Yeah.
isn't. They just decided to honor him.
That's
which
right.
was
But he
very
said
nice.
there's a lot more to come. He
Yeah.
said he's only halfway done.
Good for
so
him.
that's God bless him because
Stability in
he's
the
going to
booth
be
is
around.
good.
That's right. Going to be
And
around
we're going to
next
see
year.
what's going to
with BA.
happen with the ownership group after this season.
That's right. That's right. And I have a feeling that it should be a smooth transition.
Well, yeah.
Hopefully. You know what I mean?
Now, if you just get the Trop fix, we'll be good to go.
That's right. Well, they're also just for a year or two because they're going to build their own stadium,
I would suspect this new ownership group is taking the stadium to Tampa.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They're already looking for a 100-acre spot over in the Ybor City area.
I'm pretty sure they got it over there.
Yeah.
From what Mayor Castro has said.
Yeah, from where they can,
Yeah.
make a deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Purchase. Well, what are you watching today?
I've been watching the Bucks game
The Bucks game, yep. That's
at 1
gonna,
o'clock.
that should be I just hope that's not a trap. But them playing the Jets, it's like scary.
Yeah. It doesn't get any easier for the Bucks too because next weekend they host Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep. I feel better about them playing the Eagles, to be honest with you. We'll see how that goes.
How it shakes out.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah. Well, as we always do, we fly off into the sunset.
Yes, we do. Everybody have a good week. We'll talk to you next week.
That's right. We'll see you later.
WDBFradio.com. WDBFradio.com. WDBF Radio.